Hi folks, thought it was time for another little video on my two brightly coloured Strats, the Squier 40th anniversary vintage Strat, and then the Sire S3, the Larry Carlton range, sort of budget version of a Strat. I've done a comparison video on these two before, and a few of you have asked recently, did I end up getting rid of one of them as I had promised to do. As you can probably see, I haven't yet, but I am still intending to get rid of one of them. At the moment it's looking like I'm probably going to sell on the Sire S3 for a couple of reasons. Firstly, they're both great guitars. For the money, incredible. I could recommend both of them very highly. The Squier is limited edition, so it feels a little bit more special somehow. I like the fact that it's a Squier, so therefore any Fender parts would fit. If I want to mod it and maybe switch out scratch pickups, anything like that, it should be relatively straightforward to just replace with Fender parts. So that's something to watch out for perhaps in future. The Sire is a little bit cheaper and it feels a little bit cheaper overall. Still amazing. I mean, it's amazing for the money. It really is a lovely guitar. It sounds good, it feels good, but you can tell it's a little bit cheaper. And I think I'm always going to wish that I had a Sire S7 rather than S3. So if I eventually sell it, it will be to kind of fund getting an S7, perhaps with the HSS configuration that some of them have, for a little bit more sort of versatility. So they've got like the roasted maple neck and locking tuners and stuff like that, and I quite like the idea of that. So yeah, it's not a poor reflection on the Sire. It's simply that it's given me a taste of what their Strats are like, and it's left me wanting the next kind of higher end model up. So anyway, I thought time for another little video with them. My good pal Dan is coming around to play the bass, and we're going to do a Dire Straits classic Sultans of Swing. Felt appropriate given that Strat's kind of associated with Mark Knopfler. Mark Knopfler, of course, from around here. I live in Newcastle upon Tyne here in England, and he grew up around these parts. So yeah, should be fun. I'm not going to try and sound like him, let me just say. Don't comment and say, oh, your tone doesn't sound like Mark Knopfler, or how dare you use a pick. Any of those kind of comments are not necessary. This is my own thing. We're just kind of improvising around the chord changes and just jamming through it, really, that's all. Just as a way of comparing. I'm going to sort of switch in the video between each of these guitars, you know, taking it in turns, and you can perhaps hear more of the difference between the pickups in particular, because the Squier has Alnico pickups and the Sire has ceramic pickups. So they do have a slightly different tone. Not better or worse, just different. Yeah, so here it comes. I'm going to do a few more videos. Certainly before I sell the S3, I will probably be doing a full demo review of it. And I'm going to take these both along to a recording session next month as well with my band. Maybe record a track with both, and we can compare it, see if any of these differences that we all kind of hear are actually apparent once it's in the mix with the full band. So watch out for that as well. Subscribe if you don't already and all that sort of stuff. If you enjoy this, then stick the thumbs up on the video, and everything else that you're supposed to say on YouTube. Here is Sultans of Swing.